Hello, dear students, and welcome to English for Palestine, grade 12. And today we're going to discuss paragraph 2 and 3 from our lesson text 2 on page 16. Now, our learning objectives for these two paragraphs is going to be, by the end of this lesson, you will be able to 1. Answer comprehension questions about the reading text. 2. Identify the main ideas of the paragraphs of the text. And number 3, identify some pronoun references in the reading text. Now, we're going to start with paragraph 2. The main idea or ideas of paragraph 2 are, number 1, what the poll's results demonstrate. Number 2, identify other concerns. Now, as you can see, here we have paragraph 2, and I want you to read this paragraph for at least 2 to 3 minutes. Then we have questions to answer, and the questions are, what change in attitude did the results of new poll show? Number 2, according to the new poll, what were the young people most worried about? Okay, now start reading, and then we're going to the answers. Okay, I think you're done reading, and now let's see the questions. Answer the following questions again. Number 1, what change in attitude did the results of a new poll show? As you can see, it shows young people tended to focus on personal worries more than social ones. And of course, you're gonna have like this one here. Here's the answer. Tended to be personal rather than social. All right. Now, number 2, according to the new poll, what were the young people most worried about? And of course, as you can see, getting a job is their most worried thing, about concern. And you can find it here. It's not just getting a job is the main worry, and that is the most important thing. It's not only getting a job is the most important one, but it is number 1 according to the poll. Now, let's move to our next part of this lesson. True or false questions, also on paragraph 2. You have to read paragraph 2 in order to answer the following question, which is, say whether the following sentences are true or false. And of course, number 1, according to one of the poll's organizers, there is no connection between the top 6 concerns. There is no connection. This is what they say. Number 2, rising university fees is one of the reasons why young people are concerned about finding a job more than the environment. So, after reading this paragraph, you're going to find if their sentences are true or false. And now I think you're done. Number 1. Again, according to the poll's organizers, there's no connection between the top 6 concerns, and the answer is false, of course. Because if you look at the text, you will see there is a connection. Okay. So number 2, rising university fees is one of the reasons why young people are concerned about finding a job more than the environment, and the answer is true. If you read this paragraph, you will find out finding a job is more important than any other thing in this poll, even environment. Thank you very much. Now let's move to the next part of our text. Now, let's move to paragraph 3. And this paragraph is the final paragraph of our text. Let's see what is it about. Now, the main idea of paragraph 3 is identify the reason why there is a fall in the number of young people concerned about the environment. This is the main idea of this paragraph. Now, as you can see, this paragraph has a little bit of different names, maybe new a name for you. And after reading this text, we're going to answer WH question. And the question is, it's a little bit long, so you have to be careful while you answer this question. Number one, or the only question is, what are the reasons for the fall in number of young people concerned about the environment? So you will need a little bit more time than before. Maybe you're gonna have like 4 minutes to read it silently, okay? Now, I think you have read the text. Now let's go and answer this question. Again, the question is, what are the reasons for the fall in number of young people concerned about the environment? As you can see, this is gonna be a long answer. A, the first reason. A lot of people get the feeling that there is nothing we can do about it. And young people in particular tend to be impatient. This is the first reason. Number two. Now, in B, in times of economic difficulty, people are more likely to focus on worries that are more immediate and have an impact on their daily lives. All right. Now, where is this answer you can find in the text? Where we can find it in the text? Here it is. Now, the first one, a lot of people tend feeling that there's nothing we can do about it, which is environment, is just like here. A lot of people get the feeling that there's nothing we can do about it. This is the first, which one is A. Now, if you want to look at in times of economic difficulty, people are more likely to focus on worries that are more immediate and have an impact on their lives. It is over here. That in times of economic difficulty, people are more likely to focus on worries that are more immediate and have an impact on their daily lives. Of course, this is a long answer, but we have to write it down. So this is going to be B. And now we're going to go to the next part, which is complete, also in paragraph 3. So if you read the text, you're going to complete the following sentences. Number 1, according to Coleman, environmental concerns now are, and 2, in times of economic difficulty, something happens. All right? So since we have already read this before, so let's move to the answers immediately. Number 1, again, according to Coleman, environmental concerns now are more important than before. And of course, Annette Coleman, she's director of the Green Earth Organization, have said this, all right? And you can find this answer. It is not that environmental concerns are less urgent than before. They are not less urgent. They're still urgent, okay? So this is the answer for number 1. Now, in times of economic difficulty, of course, we have read this phrase, economic difficulty. It came previously in the previous question, and now we're going to have it over here. People are more likely to focus on worries that are more immediate and have an impact on their daily lives. And you can find this here. In times of economic difficulty, people are like to focus until the end of the sentence. Okay? Now, we're going to move to our next part and we'll see what is the next question. References. As usual, we have pronoun references, which means what does the pronoun refer to in the text. Now, what do the following refer to? Number 1, she, line 1. As you can see, it's over here. She refers to who? Now, number 2, it, line 6, it will be over here. Okay? And the answers are, She in line 1 refers to Annette Coleman. Number 2, it in line 6 refers to climate change. And here are the answers. She, of course, refers to female pronoun. And it refers to, we said, climate change. It's about over here. Now let's move to our next question. Also on this paragraph, answer with true or false. Now, number 1. Annette Coleman was disappointed and surprised at the fall in the number of young people concerned about environment. Is this true or false? Now let's see. It is false. Okay? And I'll tell you why. Because when she talked about the poll results, she said, I was disappointed but not surprised. Okay? Here they said surprised. No, she was not surprised, so it is false. Okay? Now let's move to our next part and see what surprises do we have for you. Okay. Dear students, this is our final part of this learning situation. And of course, as you know, we have tasks for you. But this one is going to be a little bit longer than the previous one. So as you can see, task here. A, answer the following questions after reading the 2 paragraphs. Number B, the main idea of the second paragraph is. This is a summary of the second paragraph, so I want you to choose which one is the best summary for the second paragraph. Now, C, decide whether the following sentences are true or false. Now, you have 2 sentences and you're going to answer them with true or false. And D, put the list of concerns in the order they appear in the text. This is a very important question. Now, if you read the whole text, you will see that there are 7 words, but you have to be careful when you list them in order, which means number 1, what came number 1, and 2, 3, until you get to the 7th one. Okay? Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Goodbye.